And I think training like this when you get out would be very, very helpful. I mean, I know when I got out in 03, it was literally, here's your DD2 14, fuck off, enjoy life, figure shit out, and don't die. So that's why I ended up doing a nonprofit myself, because there was no rhyme or reason to transition. And I think, I don't know, we like, just like the Bible says, don't worship false idols, right? It's the same in the vet community, which is why I brought up the example of Black Rifle, right? Everyone sees somebody that's out there is this almost like a demigod in the veteran community. But a lot of these people like them that are out there really don't give back like they say. They don't do as much as they say. They do more harm than good. I mean, a war fighter, we're not just, and no offense towards Joe, since you're the only female in here, but we're not just about beer, gun, bacon, and tits, right? Like, there's more to life, and there's more to life after service than just, oh wow, there's a nice rack, let's shoot some guns and get intoxicated. It's more than that. And people like that do more harm than good. And I've been, doing what I do for 9 years on the nonprofit level, and I can tell you, unfortunately, there's a lot of false idols in the veteran community that may undermine things like what we're doing here today. I guess that's kind of what I would say.
Thank you for sharing. I have noticed when I hear the word undermine, and there's so much in there. It's just the most recent reflection that I heard from you. The fear of being perceived as a victim is so relevant. And that's the only, I think, pushback that I've noticed is within that, if you will, I mean, toxic masculinity. I've been a toxic masculinity. You don't have to be male to embody toxic masculinity. I've embodied that before. It's not a slight to a gender guy. I mean, I think we would know that. It's the fact that I willfully, enjoyably sit here right now. But that fear of looking like a victim. I saw a video. So a former command sergeant major who joined, bless his heart, he did a lot of the trainings with me in 2020 and came back last month to hold space, just as you are. And I noticed soon thereafter a video by someone who is so scared of being perceived as a victim. And it's like, we are all intrinsically all at once, just as we all have these different shades of humanity that exist and coexist within the identity associations. We all have a victim. We're all going to be a victim at one point or another. It's not a bad thing. It's not all defining, I hope, but we are all, life is beyond our control at some point or another. I mean, life itself is genuinely beyond our control. We have no say when our last breath will be.
Yeah.
So anyway, that part is unfortunate, and the light held here today is the winning space to be. I mean, just knowing that there is the light that brought us here today. This is so tremendous. You guys showed up when I was just bent out of shape and upset about the suicide issue and triggered by it, and then show up 4 or 5 years later. That's remarkable. Okay, anyone, Lee, do you want to go follow Nick?
No, I think Nick, really nailed it on the head on a lot of cases. Just as that, there's a lot of time for us to transition into the military, but there's not a lot of time for us to transition out. And it's unfortunate. It takes a while to get out, mentally, not just physically. So I think when I first got out, when I was in the process of getting out, I was excited to get out, thinking, oh, this is going to be easy. It's going to be simple. I'm so excited to be out. And then it took me, another year or 2 years to realize I needed to actually transition out for myself. And I didn't really take the time to do that until probably like 2 or 3 years later. So when I finally did it, finally started addressing things that made sense and started making sense of things, and started, all that taking care of oneself and therapy and all that stuff. Even sought after help of a communication expert just to like. And what's funny about that communication expert is that I was expecting like ways to communicate outwardly better. And what was funny about that was what the work she had me go through wasn't about outward communication. It was more about inner communication, like how do you communicate to yourself, narratives, things like that, because those things really shape how you express yourself to other people. I think what she said that really has stuck with me from this time is that a conversation with someone else is a lot like playing catch, right? So regardless of what ball you throw, they got to be ready in the right space to be able to catch that ball because the ball is a message. How you throw is how you speak. So either whichever way, how you speak to that person, how you throw that ball, that person needs to be ready. And I think from being in the military, you learn to speak a certain way because there's that level of sense of urgency. There's a way to get things done. And I think, for me, I've definitely held on to that even throughout my civilian career. So when I finally learned that it's a lot of people will describe it as like sandwiching it, like the fluff. But I feel like there's some balance between the fluff and the stuff. Like you got to have the fluff a little bit just to set the context, and then the stuff, then you get the message across. And I think that's what helped me kind of start that transition into becoming a person again, I guess. So
I remember when you met with me initially about a month ago when McAllister was on and you talked to, you spoke to that and it's on record and it's on to some extent on my social media. So thank you for that. You continue to uplift. Alistair, you always have such strong communication. I know some of that has to do with how prolifically you read and how you write. I know you were writing a book a few years ago. So I almost want to leave with you and before you share, Alex, if you just might share anything that's on your mind. It could be a sentence, could be a paragraph, could be a page, just kind of anything, and know that Alistair has your back. He's got your six. He's going to dive right in and share his mind as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just yeah, it's definitely a different like point of view on life, like when you transition from not being in to in and then from in to back out on your own. It's like it's just like looking at life from a different point of view again, and or like a different point of view, and you just have to take that with you and do your best to accomplish whatever goals or whatever it is that you have plans for your future, I guess. And yeah, just take care of yourself and others that and whoever else is in your circle or something. I don't know, but yeah, definitely continue to take care of yourself and do the best that you can and keep on moving forward with life. So
And Alex, after this, if anyone were to reach out to you and want to keep in touch, are you open to that?
what?
What did you hear me say?
I didn't hear what you said. Am I open to that?
Yeah, are you open? If anyone were to want to keep in touch, are you open to that?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So I think it's definitely much needed. That like Alex and everyone else has been saying, that awareness is key. if we don't have that awareness on ourselves on what's going on and that transition and focus on that, we're going to go down I say a slippery slope, if you will, right? But because we have that awareness, and I was fortunate to actually meet Joe before I transitioned and start reading some of her books, which helped me actually transition a lot better, because all you guys know, as you transition, they're supposed to be helping you transition, but they're not there helping you transition. They're just trying to do a job. They're, hey, look, push you through the line, whatever. They don't really care. But reading her books and talking with her, it helped me to be able to understand that I got to take care of me. I got to understand myself and understand what I need to do so that I can sustain. And again, like she said, don't focus on the problem, but focus on the solutions, right? So when I started focusing on the solutions, it began to help me to make better transition both from the military and in the civilian world. And you got to stay focused on that. And if more people were able to identify do a self-assessment and actually be truthful with themselves and understand the things that need to be done, especially through these different assessments, that awareness alone will put them put them light years ahead. It'll put them in a better place mentally, physically, and any other way, especially with relationships. And I would tell everybody to keep on moving forward. Like you said, embrace the suck. Embrace the suck. Because it's not if Murphy's going to hit. When Murphy hit, are you going to be ready? And it's funny that you said that. You said embrace the suck. And I know I'm going off top, but I want to identify that. I remember sitting in Iraq, and I was sitting on a bunch of 155 rounds. And we thought we was going to go to bed. And then we started getting mortared from the from Iraqis. And I was like, oh my God. I wasn't getting any sleep. And I was like, oh my God, I wish I would just die. That was my thought process. So then I can get some sleep. But then I had a platoon sergeant come to me and told me, he said, look, the only thing constant in this world is time. No matter things going good or they going bad, time is going to continue. So you just keep pushing forward, because everything, the bad thing's going to pass, the good thing's going to be passed. So we learn from the past, plan for the future, but live in the present. And thank you, guys.
Spot on. Thank you for all your contributions. We did not get to the exercises. When I heard you say Austria, the learning how to assess and know what to do, the following words, and know what to do. That's part of the exercise portion. There's 6 exercises. So I'm doing this again on Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday next week. And it's an open room. So I'll send you guys those just for knowledge purposes. It's like if this week, next week, if there's some alignment in attendance and being able to with your schedule, awesome. It's going nowhere. So you can always hop on, and in a month, 8 weeks, doesn't matter. It's an open invitation. We can look at the exercises and map them out together. Yes, and this is a yes, we made headway, and there's more to come. There's more integration and more self-reflection. When combined together, we win exponentially. So for now, we have gone a lovely 15 minutes. So we've been here together 2 hours and 15 minutes, and there were moments of heavy reflection, for sure, where we were like, oh boy, this is a lot. So, if we show up again, it's going to be probably easier to kind of weed through or kind of move through the weeds of any sticky feelings. Okay, any questions for me right now? Here and now. Okay, thank you again for your contributions. I'm looking forward to connecting with you one-on-one. Let's see with our eyes closed. So our eyes are just so heavily relied upon. It's such minimum information that there is to take in this world. So when we go to sleep tonight, we close our eyes and we're following our breath and focusing on our bellies, expanding with each inhale. Exhale, our navel's drawing in, massaging our internal organs and detoxing anything that we need to detox emotionally, mentally, spiritually, everything. Just remembering, as Austria said, time is here with us. Let's use it to the best of our ability. Aloha from the mile-high city of, well, I'm more than a mile now, because Colorado Springs, the Olympic city it's called, is 6,500, or 6,500. Oh my God, I don't know. We're so high up here. I need to drink an insane amount of water right now. I'll chat with you guys soon. Everybody wave. We're here together and we will see each other again. We're in
Aloha.
connected scape. Aloha. Thank you. North Carolina, Washington, North Carolina, Washington. Oh, North Carolina, Washington. 2 from North Carolina, 2 from Washington. For now, let's put a pin in it and we'll see each other again soon. I hope. I won't take anything for granted, but I'm definitely going to extend the line. Okay, bye for now.